Faker kayo.
For this week's episode, we are going to cook caldereta that's good for 4 people. Ito ang mga sangkap na kakailanganin natin. 4 cloves garlic, 2 to 3 red bell peppers sliced, bay leaf and crushed peppercorns, 1 big onion sliced, 1 small carrot peeled and diced or sliced, 1/2 cup frozen peas and potatoes, liver spread, and hot sauce. An optional ingredient would be the cheddar cheese. In this recipe, I only used 1/2 kilo beef. Just slice the beef depending on your preference. Usually, I slice it into cubes for caldereta, but it really depends on you. The next step would be to do our marinade. Ihalo po natin ang vinegar, lagyan ng peppercorn, at ihalo natin ang ating meat. The reason for doing this, I think, based on the recipe, would be to tenderize the meat. However, since we're going to use the pressure cooker, I don't think we need to do this step. Pero, ginawa ko na rin siya. Well, the recipe tells me to leave it in 1 hour. So, naisipan kong ilagay muna siya sa ref, guys. After an hour, prepare your pan and put some oil. We are going to brown the meat according to the recipe. Actually, there's a reason behind doing this, guys. We call this the Maillard reaction. Simply putting it as like creating more flavors. It's very similar to caramelization. If you want to know more about it, you can just like Google it. Just a tip for this step, make sure that the meat is completely drained from the marinade. Otherwise, I think you would know what will happen if ilalagay nyo siya sa kumukulong oil. So I learned my lesson on that. So the next step would be to saute the onion and add your browned meat right after. The next step would be to add the bay leaf, sugar, tomato sauce, at tubig. So at this point, medyo hindi ko na sinusundan yung recipe in terms of the measurement. I added water and eventually added more tomato sauce. Let's close our pressure cooker at medyo nahirapan ako i-close tong Hanabishi na pressure cooker na to. Hindi ko ma-figure out. And then I realized na meron pala siyang parang sign na arrow dun sa side. Sorry naman po. After an hour of cooking, here's our stew, our caldereta. Ayan po, kumukulo na po siya. Ihalo lang po natin ang ating mixture. And I'm so excited kasi namumukhang caldereta na siya. Ayan. So, I'm just going to add the potatoes, the carrots, and let's just mix it. And then, I'm adding more sugar kasi when I tasted, medyo hindi ko pa siya gusto. On this point, I really don't like the taste. That's why I keep on adding sugar and salt to balance it. So depending on your liking, guys, you can add more sugar and more salt. If you want your caldereta to be a little bit sweeter, you can add more sugar. I prefer my caldereta to be in the middle. I don't want it too sweet. Here I'm adding the hot sauce, and then the bell pepper and the green peas. At ihalo lang po natin siya. As you can see, nagmumukhang caldereta na talaga siya. Earlier, hindi ko gusto yung lasa, but after adding the liver spread and the bell peppers and the other vegetables, sumarap na siya. And here you go, our caldereta, and we're going to just top it with cheddar cheese. Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Joe and you're watching Two Guys and a Pusa. So since Chad is not here, we have a guest, very good friend of mine. His name is?
Louis.
I call him Daki, by the way. Tawag ko siyang Daki. Ano yung niluto natin ngayon, Daki?
I think what we cooked tonight, isa sa mga favorite ulam natin.
Ano yung favorite ulam mo?
Caldereta.
Sure. Hindi naman yata. Okay, sige. Ilang minute preparation ba to? Parang tagal natin yung luto to, no?
Actually, matagal nga. We started 3-4 hours ago.
And to think na pressure cooker pa siya.
Yeah. I think it was because of the preparation that went into cooking this.
At pinakita kong bay leaf dito, oh. We'll discuss more about it later, kung bakit I point out yung bay leaf dito. So, anyhow. Sige, let's start. Siguro, you can get like rice and then...
Okay. So, let's try this out.
Ako lang gutom na.
May ilang oras na tayo naghihintay.
Actually, ano oras na? It's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
At kasi converted tong caldereta na to. Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, walang serving spoon.
Let's begin. May cheese na.
By the way, itong caldereta recipe na to, I got this. Diba, yung tapo ng kanan. Kinuha ko to sa salu-salo.com with caldereta. I'm gonna put the link in my description so you can check the recipe there. We followed as much as possible diligently the instructions, but we made a few modifications. Go.
Okay.
See.
Wow.
Do you want to add more
I think
cheese?
No, it's fine. I think sobrang tender ng beef from the pressure cooker.
Oh, no. I think it took around an hour.
It's really for tender.
Oh. That's good. Akala ko hindi masarap.
Actually, nagduda kami kanina. But it's really surprising.
It's really good.
With the cheese.
With the cheese, it's really good. Kanina talaga sabi ko, okay, hindi masarap to. And we kept on adding sugar and salt. Pag nagluto kayo, tapos parang feeling nyo siguro parang hindi siya masarap. Just try to play around with the taste, add more sugar and salt. And, you know what I mean, try to balance it. And don't worry, kasi kami kanina, we were worrying kasi parang sa lang ba't may kulang. Tapos when we added like the liver spread and like the vegetables,
it started getting better.
And I was really surprised that this is good. So yeah, ano yung kulang?
Kulang? Mahilig kasi ako sa matamis na pagkain. So I guess, or sa matamis na ulam. I would have wanted this to be slightly more sweet. Siguro more
sugar, no?
Yeah.
Ako naman iniiwasan ko na matamis na. But then sure preference, no? If you want it more sweet, I think you're leaning towards Filipino style and adding more sugar. So okay lang yun. Anyhow, if you do that, you have cheese which balances out the sweetness of it kasi yung cheese medyo salty siya. It's really good. If you put, ako nakikita ko maglagay yung cheese sa caldereta. It's not a traditional way of eating caldereta but I like it.
Okay.
Diba?
Yeah. At kilo ni?
Hindi ko lang. Di ba mo lang marami yun? Isang ganun. So anong pinagkakabalan mo ngayon?
Work and
Love life?
free diving.
Oo, nag-free dive siya.
Yeah, you guys should try it.
Anong ginagawa niyo pag nag-free dive kayo? Wada, you free dive but...
Well, you know, you hold your breath and dive as deep as you can.
Really? Have you seen some sharks?
When we went to Upper Reef, yes. reef sharks, not
Great white shark.
the great white ones. Sorry, hindi siya ha.
Ito yung gusto ko. You want more meat?
Ay, fine naman, task lang po. Kaya marag nahurot na nato siya.
Actually, naiwan doon ang vegetables.
I think pag sugod mo o sagol tanan at ano siya kalami.
Lagi na. Like ganyan mag-medyo watery, no?
Eh, kung ano din tayo. I mean, I've always wondered, mag-add ng taan.
Yeah.
So, on you realize na, okay, there's a really big difference.
There's a science behind adding vegetables.
So, what happened to our baby?
Ayun no, balik ko siya lasahan kanina. So here's the bay leaf. Kasi nilagyan namin ng bay leaf to. Sabi kasi sa recipe, you put the bay leaf along with the tomato sauce, diba? Yung pinapapakuluan. The risk there kasi yung bay leaf, if matagal siya kasama sa food, there is a bitter aftertaste. So you have to be very careful about it. I tried it sa adobo. Medyo may pagka-bitter siya. So yun. So usually I put bay leaf at the end of like cooking adobo para yung konting flavor lang. Well, that's it. Dati, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. Cook this caldereta. Siya kasi ang most of the part here siya yung nag-cut ng mga vegetables. Is this like a Daki approved recipe?
Yes, it's an approved recipe.
Yeah, me too. It's an approved recipe. So until next time, guys, thank you so much. Bye-bye.